All right, everybody. Stream should be firing up. Welcome to night 100. Night 100 of coverage of the war in Ukraine. We're getting the stream fired up here on YouTube. We're just on YouTube only tonight. YouTube only, no Facebook. Just wanted to see. I wanted to see something. I want to see something about this shadow ban here and see if it's something to do with Facebook connecting. So check into the stream. Welcome everybody. Oh my, 100 days. 100 days of coverage of the war. Again, I'm your host, Andy Mercado, independent journalist, U.S. Army veteran. I couldn't, you guys have been sticking around in the chat for 100 days. We're in the triple digits now of this war. Can you believe it? Can you believe it? 100 days now. And go ahead and comment where you're tuned in from. Again, you guys, I'm sitting here and I was getting ready to go live. And I had old videos I wanted to pull up and whatnot and just kind of go into it. But it would take us, we would be live for hours. We would be live for quite a long time, going and recapping some of the opening moments from the war. And we have compiled a short video. It's a little under 5 minutes long. So we made a video. Shout out to our editing team here at Mercado Media. And I'm going to play that for you. So Virginia, Death Valley, USA, Middleton, Ohio. Comment who's been tuned in since the beginning. I'm a 28-year-old, almost 29-year-old U.S. Army veteran. So I got some experience in the military. And again, also I'm an independent journalist. If you guys ever wanted to know about me some, I usually don't go live Friday nights. I had softball, so that's why I got my snacks. Shout out to Snack Squad. Shout out to our Snack Squad community that tunes in every single night. Shout out to all of our audience. Shout out to our subscribers. Shout out to our members. Big shout out to our viewers that tune in from Ukraine. We have viewers that tune in that live in Ukraine, and I couldn't be more blessed to have Ukrainians tuned in to the coverage here. It goes to show how far we can reach if you just keep going and keep at it. And just keep the information up to date, keep it accurate and as possible, then who knows who you got tuning in. I couldn't believe it when I started seeing Ukrainians checking into the chat. Thank you so much for choosing Mercado Media for your source of the war. So again, if you don't know, I'm Andy Mercado, independent journalist, covering this war for 100 days now. And I wanted to go into some of the streams that we did at the beginning, but we got to keep going here because there's still things that happen today. It's not like it's over. It's not like anything's changing. So we're going to be covering it normally, but I want you guys to watch this short video that we put in together. It's similar to the intros if you've been tuned into Mercado Media since the beginning. It's very similar to our intros to the stream. But here we go. Thank you guys again. Day 100. Like the video, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, and we'll be back after this video. All right, everybody. Again, night 100 of coverage of the war in Ukraine. I'm your host, Andy Mercado. That was a short video put together by our awesome editing team at Mercado Media. Shout out to our editing team. We'll be putting the video out on the channel and on the Facebook page tomorrow. So we'll have that video all by itself posted and ready to go. How are we doing, everybody? Comment how you guys are doing this evening. I know I'm a little late. I had softball this evening. I usually take Friday nights off, but I couldn't do it. Night 100 of the war in Ukraine. Just couldn't. I couldn't take the night off, and I think I'm going to continue. I'm going to continue streaming late Fridays. There's enough people that are up late. People are up. I'm gonna cover the war. So anything you guys might have missed from the other coverage or the other videos, I hope that I can shed some new light, or if you missed some things, you guys can get the second opinion on it or go into it again. All right, here we go. So this is the new map. This is the newest map of the war of Ukraine. To the south is the Crimean Peninsula. You guys can see here. It's got the dark red line around it. It's been annexed since 2014. Similar to Luhansk and Donetsk, they've been under separatist control since 2014. That's why it's got a dark red line around it. The lighter red without a dark red line around it, that is territory that Russia has taken or claimed since the invasion of the war on the 24th of February. How you doing, Lynette? Thank you so much for that super chat. So we're going to be talking about the Eastern Front, the Northeastern Front in Kharkiv, as well as the Southern Axes in Kherson. And what we learned yesterday is the Ukrainian counterattacks along the river, along the Inhluets River, have been highly successful north of Kherson, north of the Kherson Oblast, and the Sieverodonetsk River between Lysychansk and Sieverodonetsk have been giving the Russians a hell of a time. So we got like the tale of two rivers going on here. Tale of two rivers in Ukraine that are one that the Ukraine is their counterattacks are along the oh man, I just had it in my head. The Inhluets River, and we're going to be talking about that. They're going right down the river. So here we go. Like the video if you guys haven't. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. Here is the latest breakdown of the day. So Russian Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu claimed that Russian forces will accelerate the special military operation in Ukraine. In a meeting with Chechen leader Ramzan Kadyrov on June 3rd, the Russian forces are unlikely able to do so. Kadyrov said that Shoigu has identified new tasks that will improve the effectiveness of the Russian offensive maneuvers and improve Russian tactics. Kadyrov did not specify which tasks Russian forces will undertake to speed up their pace. Shoigu previously claimed on May 24th that Russian forces were making slow progress in eastern Ukraine to avoid civilian casualties. In a retrospective on the 100th day of the war, the United Kingdom Defense Ministry stated that Russian forces will likely establish control over the Luhansk Oblast in the next 2 weeks, though only at significant further cost. The United Kingdom Defense Ministry further noted that Russian forces on all other axes have gone over to the defense operations to concentrate all available forces in Sieverodonetsk. So we're going to be talking about that too. So this is the area that the Russians have put all of their eggs into, in this cauldron of villages that's been referred to in Sieverodonetsk. They're putting all of their forces, all of their efforts are here, and the Ukrainians are taking advantage of that with their counterattacks, because the Russians are leaving the Kherson Oblast and the Kharkiv Oblast exposed to the Ukrainian counterattack, because they're putting all their focus on Sieverodonetsk and trying to take the rest of the central Donbass here to the east. A Russian mill blogger published a lengthy message on June 3rd claiming that nearly an entire 35th Combined Arms Army has been destroyed in Izyum due to incompetent Russian commanders. A Russian mill blogger under pseudonym Botsyovi Kot Mer said that Russian commanders did not account for combat challenges in the Izyum woods, leading to significant losses in the 64th and 38th Separate Guard Motor Rifle Brigades, which are reported now have less than 100 servicemen in total. significant losses in the 64th and 38th separate guard motor rifle brigades in the Izyum woods. So they're down to less than 100 men here in Izyum. We got Izyum on the map. You got the woods. You got the woods to the east and to the west. Does it give it specific? It does not. But they're down to less than 100 here in Izyum for the Russian forces. Bolstoyevi Kotmers claim that Russian commanders have failed to provide necessary equipment to units fighting in wooden terrain and did not repair Russian heavy artillery in a timely manner. Russian forces also reportedly lacked effective communication with command centers and relied on messengers due to the shortage of encrypted phones. But Stoyevy Kotmers noted that the lack of communications between Russian units and commanders allowed Ukrainian forces to strike Russian advanced positions with drones. Russian private military company servicemen from Wagner also refused to participate in combat, leading to the significant lack of advances on the Izyum axes. While the study of war cannot independently confirm the reports, they are consistent with the previous reports of the Russian operations and high casualties on the Izyum axis. So it's consistent with the reports that continually come out of the Izyum area that reflect the high amount of casualties in Izyum. So if you want, all right, I'm going to zoom out again, get your bearing on the map. Izyum is north of, north of Kramatorsk, maybe slightly northeast, northwest. My left and my right, northwest, slightly northwest of Kramatorsk, as well as Slovyansk, southeast of Kharkiv. All right, southeast of Kharkiv. If you're looking at Kharkiv, Kramatorsk, Slovyansk, Sieverodonetsk, Lysychansk, and then there's Izyum right here. Late stream. Haven't done a late stream for the coverage of war in a while. Hello. Russian forces also reportedly lacked effective communication with command centers and relied on messengers due to the shortage of encrypted phones. But Stoyevy Kotmers noted that the lack of communications between Russian units and commanders allowed Ukrainian forces to strike advanced positions with drones. I read that. Russian and proxy forces have reportedly not sufficiently prepared frontline units with medical supplies, leading to abysmal medical care. But Stoyevy Kotmers criticized the Russian Defense Ministry for failing to prepare medical equipment and field hospitals for wounded servicemen. Russian commanders reportedly failed to learn lessons from the lack of medical equipment during the Battle of Debaltseve in 2015 and are repeating similar mistakes. So they don't have enough medical supplies. They don't have enough food. They don't have enough fuel. They don't have enough medical. They're not able to establish control over the cities that they are capturing, that they are taking, and the resources that they are taking and seizing. They're destroying them. I don't know how long this Russian hold on the parts of Ukraine that they do hold is going to last. Russian commanders are okay with that, but Stoyevy Kotmers claim that Russian forces do not provide frontline troops with high-pressure bandages and other supplies necessary to address limb injuries in time. They don't have CLS gear. They don't have the IFAC that we get in the United States Army that's like a sustainment, or not. It comes with like everything you need. Well, you got to pack it, but if you got a good medic, they come packed. But it comes with gauze. It comes with a bandage. It comes with a tourniquet, which is huge. And I'm sure they don't even all have the tourniquets that we got. They don't have that stuff. That stuff's huge to have. Every soldier has that. Every soldier has an IFAC in the army, and you always use their IFAC. You never take from your own, from the injured soldier. They don't have any of that shit. But Stoyevy Kotmers compared expired and unprepared Russian first aid kits to higher quality Ukrainian supplies and claimed that Russian forces do not have volunteer support that could address the shortages in military equipment. But Stoyevy Kotmers noted that only Russian infantry that he claimed has been defeated had necessary medical training, while newly recruited reservists are incapable of providing first aid. But Stoyevy Kotmers said that Russian medics are conducting an unnecessary number of limb amputations due to the lack of medical equipment provided by the Russian Defense Ministry. These claims are consistent with past reports of poor Russian medical care in the frontline units. With these conditions are a likely major contributing factor to Russian demoralization and the growing refusal of servicemen to return to frontline units. They aren't getting the basic care. They're having to amputate their arm because they don't have tourniquets. They don't have anything. They don't have any basic medical care to tend to their frontline units. I'm sure the private military companies do. I mean, they got to get their supplies from the internet. We've already seen that supply drops from the internet. Ukrainian forces report that Russian electronic warfare units are increasingly threatening Ukrainian air reconnaissance in eastern Ukraine. Ukrainian military officials reported that Russian forces are increasingly jamming all possible signals and hindering Ukrainian drone operations. The Ukrainian General Staff has previously reported that Russian forces intensified the electronic warfare operations in Donbass, likely in an effort to obstruct Ukrainian aerial reconnaissance and drone strikes on Russian units. Key takeaways. Russian forces conducted unsuccessful assaults southeast and southwest of Izyum, which we're looking at right now on your screen. If you're looking at your map right now, that's exactly where that's right smack dab, Izyum. Russian forces made minor gains in the eastern portion of Sieverodonetsk, but Ukrainian forces continued to launch localized counterattacks in Sieverodonetsk and its outskirts. So one thing I did learn is that Lymansk is elevated. It's on an elevated terrain. It overlooks Sieverodonetsk, so they're able to actually launch some artillery from Lymansk into Sieverodonetsk at some Russian targets, which is preventing the Russian military from seizing this entire city. They're still at about 50% of it. They're still working at it, but the Ukrainians are holding them off. They're keeping them at bay from taking the entirety of Sieverodonetsk. Russian forces did not attempt to launch assaults on Avdiivka. Let's go down to Avdiivka. They didn't attempt to launch any assaults here. There we go. Center of your screen. You guys can still see it's in white space. Avdiivka. It didn't attempt anything. You got the red is Russian occupied, Russian controlled, and then the white space on the map is Ukraine, under Ukrainian control. Check into the stream if you guys are just tuning in. Comment, how are you guys doing on night 100 of the coverage of the war in Ukraine? Again, thank you guys so much for being an amazing audience for these last 100 days. I can't believe that I've been able to even hold an audience for 100 days. My goodness, you guys are, thank you so much for just continuing to tune in. Russian forces failed to regain lost positions in northeastern Kherson Oblast and continued to defend previously occupied positions. Russian occupation authorities began issuing passports in Kherson City. They're starting to do the passportization that we've been talking about. They're starting to hand out Russian passports. So here's Kherson. Nothing but love for the snack squad. You guys are awesome. So again, I'm going to read that one more time. Russian forces... Where'd we go here? No, where'd it go? There we go. Russian occupation authorities began issuing Russian passports in Kherson City and Melitopol. Okay, so it's Kherson and Melitopol. Let's go east. Working our way from Kherson over to Melitopol. There we go. Both of them are on screen now. So here's Kherson to the left side of your screen. And then you got Melitopol to the right. See, can I zoom in a little bit? No, too much. No, too far. That's as far as you get. Kherson, Melitopol. Thank you so much, Sinan, for the $20 super chat. And then we got Sharla Yini as a member for 3 months. I don't know what to say. Don't make me smoke alone. Thank you. Safety meeting for Sharlia Yini. Sorry, that was a tough one to say. Safety meeting. I'll have one with you when we start watching some of the clips. So here we go. The main effort is Eastern Ukraine, subordinate main effort, encirclement of Ukrainian troops in the cauldron between Izyum and Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts. The supporting effort is still, the two supporting efforts are Kharkiv City and the southern axes. We're looking at the southern axes on your map now, but we'll go into each individual effort each individual supporting effort, the main effort, and then we'll talk about activities within Russian-occupied cities. So, the main effort, Eastern Ukraine. Let's just highlight all that. And then we'll go and zoom in on specifics. Here we go. The Russians' main effort, Eastern Ukraine, Donbass. Southern Kharkiv, Donetsk, Luhansk oblasts, Russian objective, encircle Ukrainian forces in eastern Ukraine and capture the entirety of Donetsk and Luhansk oblasts to claim territory of Russia's proxies in the Donbass. Russian forces attempted a series of unsuccessful assaults on Barenkov, which is southwest of Izyum. So more unsuccessful attacks on Barenkov. Let's go ahead and check out where the hell that is. So like I said, here's Izyum. Izyum, we had that on the screen for a little bit. So here is... Oh. No, I had it. I had it memorized. Come on now. No, I had it. It's Dovenki. Aw, dang it. I had it memorized. No, I'm gonna have to maps it. Dang it. I thought I had Barenkov memorized. Some of again, these are smaller villages, y'all, so I haven't set them or gone into them as much. So let's look and see where exactly that is then. And then I'll lock it into my memory. Southwest of Izyum. So here, they had Russian forces at unsuccessful attacks here. Barenkov. Trying to get, so it'd be to the west of Slovyansk along these line of villages. Let me see if I can get it. Oh, it's a little bit further. Okay. Hard to see in here now. Why the hell can't I find it on the war map? Come on now. Oh, I'll look at this map again. Okay, Barenkov. It's to the west of Slovyansk. All right, let's try this here. All right, here we go. There's Slovyansk. There it is. Hey, ding, ding, ding. Found it. There we go. I just wanted to show it in relation to the war map. All right, so you can see the Russian forces extending out. And then there's the city of Barenkov here. All right, locking it into my memory now, so I won't have to look it up again. Barenkov. They've also had a similar unsuccessful attacks in the towns, the villages of Dobrivny and Dovenki, the D towns over here. They've also had unsuccessful attacks there. All right, Barenkov, got it. So I'll read that again. Russian forces attempted a series of unsuccessful assaults on Barenkov, southwest of Izyum, and several settlements southeast of Izyum on June 3rd. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces attempted to resume an offensive operation towards Barenkov, but did not secure any gains. A Russian attack against Sieverodonetsk, approximately 27 kilometers southeast of Izyum along a major road to Slovyansk, also failed. Sieverodonetsk. Here. I got that. I got that one. Sieverodonetsk, another unsuccessful assault by the Russian forces on this city. Southeast of Izyum. So you can see Izyum and then the town of Sieverodonetsk. Sieverodonetsk. That town, let's see what that one's about. Let's see what that one looks like quick. Let's see if they got any street views. Town looks like it's got interesting geography. Oh, we can look all over it. So this is the Sieverodonetsk town that the Russian forces have tried to launch assaults on to capture. Let's get an idea of what this looks like. They got a bunch of tents set out. Got a whole bunch of street views here to this city. What's it? One more time. I'm probably saying it wrong. I'm doing the best I can. This city's called Sieverodonetsk. Sieverodonetsk. Probably said it wrong every time. Got some winter pictures in 2019 here. So again, Russian forces launching assaults on this city, Sieverodonetsk, unsuccessful assaults. We could also go check out what the city of Barankov looks like too. Almost got the Olympic rings there. Little Olympic training. Looks like just a playground. The kids all got to go through Olympic training in the playgrounds. I don't know, they got a tower over there. Looks like they got some type of serious training infrastructure over here. It looks like a firefighter's tower to me. I don't know, it could be something else in Ukraine though. What the firefighters train on. So, and then let's go look at Barankov. Let's see what that looks like. All right. No, back out. Not this one. Water tower. Could be a water tower. It just looks similar to like a firefighter training tower that I've seen here in Minnesota. So some residential areas in Barankov. So a lot of these villages, a lot of these small villages look similar. Russian forces attempted assaults on this village here that we're looking at called Barankov. Unsuccessful. Look at the very northwestern tip. You got hill. You got a hill in the distance. Soviet buildings. To the northwest, it's a very spacious valley. Got a valley to the northwest. That's tough terrain to cross if you're the Russians. If the Russians are coming from the... Where would they be? No, they won't be coming from the northwest here. Be coming from the northeast. So let's see what the territory that they'd be... That's from the northwest, so they'd be looking at territory over here. Let's see. Russian advance... Oh, that's all open area, open fields. That's tough. It's all open fields here. I'm looking, yeah, so I'm looking to the northeast where their advance would be coming from. It's all wide open. You know Ukraine's got them drones. Ukraine's got the drones in the air. This is in 2021 in December, but it's all wide open here. And like that's why they're likely unsuccessful. It's all just flat, open space here in Barankov. And they got more green territory. Let's go back to Sieverodonetsk. See what I can get there. Wide open territory, or excuse me, wide open here. No cover in here. Just looked at it. Crossing wide open area. And then this town, Sieverodonetsk. Copy. Let's go check that out. No, not this one. All right, is this the one? Where's Izyum? Yep, this is it. See what this terrain's looking like here. Let's go up in here. And they'll be coming from up here. Small residentials, village. This is on the it'd be to the north of Sieverodonetsk, where the Russians would be attempting their assault. Yep. So I'm looking up. I'm looking in the area where they're attempting. So they're going south. They're attempting their assault south, unsuccessful. Just trying to check out some of the terrain that they're going through. And again, it's like small village, residential area. Let's go up a little further. Oh, admin buildings. So you got a little bit more urban warfare here. You got urban warfare from north to south from where the Russians advance. It's like it's close quarters urban. Tight. Not so open space in here. See you north over here to the northeast. Nice looking. That's a nice looking spot. Got a fountain. Very tight spaces in here, huh? Not open. Look at the I know, right? Look at the cobble. What a beautiful. It's a beautiful looking area. See if we can get up even further. Yeah, let's go. So we're going north of Sieverodonetsk just to get an idea of the terrain where the Russians' advance is coming from. They're coming from here and they're working their way this way. So all the Russians are up here. Their advance is south. Let's check this area out. Oof. Big forest in here. This picture was taken in October. So they got a forest to go through, and then they get through very tight space when they get south to Sieverodonetsk, likely causing logistical issues with the Russian military beyond the already vast amount of issues that the military has, like basic needs for the soldiers. Oh wow, wow, what the. Wow. Look at this. Right in the middle of the damn forest. You got a playground for the kids. And a hot tub. What the It's like a resort. It's like a vacation. This is like a vacation city or a vacation village, honestly. The cabins in here. But it's like a playground cabin. Swimming pool right in the middle of the trees. Oh. Wow. So this is some so it's just wild to think that this is Russians are working through this right now. Very sad. Very sad. That looks like a very nice area. Their attempts are failing. So it's not like they're successfully taking this city. Just get an idea. More Soviet monuments. Sieverodonetsk. Soviet monument area. Wow, and then you got the hills in the background. That's what I was trying to look at. Where are we looking at here? Let's go over there. We got hills. No. This looks like a challenging area. And you got close quarters. And you got close, yeah, like a neighborhood in here. One admin building or an apartment. So you got a resort. You got a lot of forest here. A lot of tall trees, likely affecting the advance of the Russians, as well as it's very close quarter tight in here. Ukrainians are likely set in. And then on the other city, Cove, the Russian advance from the northeast, you got all flat terrain here. All flat, wide open. Here's the northeastern tip. Here's where they're coming from. So obviously this picture is in December, but look how wide open it is. They're coming from in the distance. If you're looking straight ahead on the screen, wide open, Barren Cove. All right, let's continue on. Ukrainian Defense Ministry spokesperson Alexander Molchanok reported that Ukrainian forces repelled Russian assaults on Borochiny and Dolnya, both located along the Izyum Slovyansk highway, and Studenok, approximately 18 kilometers southeast of Izyum. So Bocho-Radichny. Where the hell is that? Here it is. So all of the villages along this. So let's look at Borodarichny quick. Along this highway. Oh, the picture path is tough to look at. This is a small town here. One main road right through it. Yep. You're just gonna get, it's literally just a road to go. You just drive through it. Trying to see if there's another. Nope. It's all gonna be that camera. Sieverodonetsk River. This isn't showing us much. Thank you, Lynette. Thank you so much. $2 super chat. Thank you. So Boho-Radichny. There we go. Boho-Radichny. That sounds like a better way to say it. That sounds proper. Boho-Radichny. And Sieverodonetsk. These two cities right next to each other, right along the Izyum Slovyansk highway. There's Slovyansk. All right, I'm going to continue on. Russian forces likely attempted to assault Sieverodonetsk from both the northwest from Izyum and east from Lyman, as the forward positions of Russian forces on the Lyman front and Borodarichny are only 5 kilometers west of the settlement. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces are accumulated up to 20 battalion tactical groups, BTGs, in the Izyum area, but these units are highly unlikely to be fully staffed or equipped. Russian forces may be generating forces and renewing attacks towards Barenkov, as opposed to continuing stalled attacks directly towards Slovyansk from Izyum in an attempt to bypass Ukrainian defenses. Russian forces are unlikely to make major gains on the Izyum front in the coming days. Unlikely to make major gains in the Izyum front, which we're looking at right here on your screen. Russian forces continue to carry out ground assaults in Sieverodonetsk. Let's go over there. No, now we're talking about Sieverodonetsk. Russian forces continue to carry out ground assaults in Sieverodonetsk with partial success on June 3rd. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces conducted assaults on the eastern part of the city and achieved some unspecified successes. Russian forces attacking in Metokhin, just southeast of Sieverodonetsk, did not make any territorial gains and retreated to previously controlled positions. So an advance that failed, and then a retreat to the southeast of Sieverodonetsk. Got that Metokhin? There it is, right here. Zoomed in. Luhansk Oblast Administration head Serhiy Hadai reported that Ukrainian defenders are conducting local counterattacks and retook several blocks in an unspecified location. The Luhansk People's Republic ambassador to Russia, Roydan Miroshnik, claimed that Russians and the LNR forces are conducting assaults on the outskirts of Sieverodonetsk and are advancing towards the Azot chemical plant to suppress any Ukrainian resistance, intentionally comparing it to the past Ukrainian defense of the Azovstal steel plant in Mariupol. The social media video also depicted Russian forces transporting a pontoon bridge equipment to the Sieverodonetsk area to support future attempts to cross the Sieverodonetsk River and begin an assault on Lysychansk. You think there's gonna be any success on this bridge now? So there's that Sieverodonetsk River. Every time they tried to build a bridge last time, the Ukrainians blew it up. It sounds like they're going to try another bridge over that Sieverodonetsk River. The Ukrainian General Staff reported the elements of the 1st and 2nd Army Corps, the armed forces of the LNR and DNR, the Russian 8th, 58th, and 5th Combined Armed Armies, the 90th Tank Division, and unspecified airborne troops area all committed to ongoing operations to capture Sieverodonetsk and Lysychansk. These units are likely heavily degraded from earlier operations and operating without replacements or rotations to rest frontline units after over 3 months of fighting. 3 months straight on the front line without any rotation out. No medical supplies, lack of or minimal sustenance. Their rations are from 2015. They're running out of low fuel. So the minor gains are just minor. For real, minor. They're overall, what's the saying, the forest for the trees. The forest isn't looking good for the Russians for holding these positions without doing this passportization. They're trying to take as many cities as they can to quickly install a government, quickly proxy them, quickly take control of the city. Just garbage. And then that's what they do. And then they propagandize it. And then any attack that Ukraine does, any counterattack Ukraine does, Russia goes, oh, look at the Ukrainians are conducting war crimes. Look at the war crimes the Ukrainians are. And it's like total garbage. And then they spun their propaganda. So the less cities that Russia can get, the better. But it's tough with Sieverodonetsk at this time. Russian forces conducted several offensive operations towards Bakhmut, Soledar, and Lysychansk from Popasna, but did not secure any new territory. The Ukrainian General Staff claimed that unspecified elements of the 150th Motorized Rifle Division of the Combined Arms Army suffered up to 50% losses of personnel and equipment in Popasna, though this settlement is unlikely to refer to the division as a whole. Russian forces did not conduct offensive operations west or east of Avdiivka. So they did not conduct operations west or east of Avdiivka. That is here. City directly in the center of your screen. A Donetsk People's Republic commander claimed in a Russian state television that Russian and DNR forces are slowly advancing near Avdiivka due to strong right sector resistance. A common Kremlin talking point claiming that any Ukrainian successes are due to actions by nationalist units. These are garbage in the area. That's how they bolster their propaganda. They give all credit to any Ukrainian counteroffensive as that far right gains, like attacks on civilians, and it's just junk. It just keeps them in the propaganda, the Russian propaganda cycle. The propaganda spin. Supporting effort number 1, Kharkiv City. Let's go up to it. Is their supporting effort. So we talked about a bunch of villages and cities and changes and advances from the Russians in just the east and the Donbass. Now we're going to talk about the Kharkiv, the supporting effort number 1 in the Kharkiv Oblast, and the supporting effort number 2 in the southern axes. Russian forces continue to launch airstrikes and fire artillery at Kharkiv City in northern Kharkiv Oblast on June 3rd. Russian military telegram channel Svoriki claimed that Russian forces are conducting an offensive operation against Fedorivka and Shedeskov, approximately 30 kilometers east of Kharkiv City. But Ukrainian officials reported that Russian forces focused on defending their previously occupied positions. Let me read that one more time. Ukrainian officials reported that Russian forces focused on defending their previously occupied positions. Ukrainian Defense Ministry spokesperson Alexander Mochtyanak reported that Ukrainian defenders conducted to confront Russian units of the 6th Combined Arms Army, Baltic Fleet, and the Donetsk People's Republic's 1st Army Corps. So just continuing to launch airstrikes, no territorial gains or successes by the Russian military. The Ukrainians are continuing to liberate more villages and take territories from Russian forces. They still have a tactical group here next to the border. The Russian military does. Hit that like button if you guys have not done so. Like the video, check into the stream, comment where you're tuned in from if you have not done so. Again, I'm your host, Andy Mercado. We're on day 100 of coverage of the war in Ukraine. I'm just going into all of the... I know it's kind of dry in this portion before we get to the video clips, but this is all important information. This is all the meat and potatoes of where the Russian military is, what they're doing, where the Ukrainian counterattacks are, any territorial gains. We'll get to the videos and the video clips, but I do want to get to this part before we get to that portion. Thank you again so much for tuning in to Mercado Media. So, southern axes, down to Kherson, Zaporizhia. Russian forces unsuccessfully attempted to regain lost positions in northeastern Kherson Oblast, but largely focused on defending occupied positions throughout southern Ukraine. Dnipro-Petrovsk Oblast Council Chairman Mykola Luhansk said that Ukrainian defenders repelled Russian assaults on settlements near the Kherson-Dnipro-Petrovsk Oblast border on June 3rd. We got Atwood, Illinois tuned in. How are you doing? Thank you so much for choosing Mercado Media as your source, Atwood, Illinois. Ukrainian Southern Operational Command also stated that Russian forces unsuccessfully engaged in a skirmish in Lozov, a liberated settlement on the eastern Inhluets riverbank and near the eastern Mykolaiv-Kherson border. So let's go to Lozov. Unsuccessfully engaged in a skirmish, likely to try to take back the settlement that the Ukrainians recaptured. Hey, how we doing from Australia? Queensland, day 100. Day 100 tuned in. Nope. Lozov is in Kherson. There we go. Next to the Inhluets River. There's Lozov. We go and see what it looks like. Negative. No street view cameras here. There we go. It'll be to the northeast of Mykolaiv. Northeast of Mykolaiv. We got Oxford, United Kingdom tuned in. How are you doing? We got Champlin, Minnesota tuned in. How are you doing? AZZ. We got St. Paul, Minnesota representing Lisa. Thank you so much. Yo, how's it going? Day 100, damn, tuning in from Alton, Illinois. I know. Day 100. Day 100. This war can end any day now. Honestly. Any day now. Lozov. So again, Russian forces engaged in a unsuccessful skirmish in that tiny village that we just looked at called Lozov, a liberated settlement on the eastern Inhluets riverbank near the eastern Mykolaiv-Kherson border. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces are moving reserves to advanced positions and are intensifying air reconnaissance to prevent further Ukrainian counteroffensives in northeastern Kherson Oblast. Ukrainian counteroffensives in northeastern Kherson Oblast began in late May and have likely pushed Russian forces back to defensive positions on the eastern bank on the Inhluets River. The other thing I would like to ask the chat too at this time, after 100 days of tuning into this coverage, and I just want to know, what's your guys' feel of Vladimir Putin in terms of the worst dictators in history? Is he the worst dictator in history, or the worst autocrat we've seen in history, or the top? Comment where you think he lands, or he's gonna land in history as one of the undesirable autocrats that go down in history books as people you don't want to be like. You can think of there's a list of them. Where is he among Hitler? Top 10, second? Maybe I need to do a poll in the chat. You think Putin has nothing on Stalin, so you think Stalin is worse than Putin? He's top 5. top 20. Comment your opinions in the chat. The Ukrainian General Staff reported that Russian forces are moving reserves to advanced positions and are intensifying air reconnaissance to prevent further Ukrainian counteroffensives in northeastern Kherson Oblast. Ukrainian counteroffensives in northeastern Kherson Oblast began in late May and have likely pushed Russian forces back to defensive positions on the eastern bank of the Inhuets River. So we got lots of top 10s. We got polls, so okay. I got you guys. Where does Putin land among worst autocrats? Top 5, top 10. Doing a poll here. Top 20. And then let's just, I don't know. What would be, I think that's good. All right. Vote in the chat. Poll coming up. Next, so this is about the activity in Russian occupied areas, just in general. Most recent visual I can reinstall into your mind. I mean, most of y'all again have been tuned in every night or watch this war coverage around YouTube. So the most recent memory I can bring back is the truck in Mariupol. The propaganda truck with the screen on it and dudes sitting in there and just hitting the play button on the Russian propaganda videos and just trying it that way too. And the passportization, like we read earlier, Russians handing out Russian passports in Kherson, which they're going to continue to do among other cities that they're taking. They're going to follow the same pattern that they did in Crimea. What they did in Crimea, they will do, or they will attempt to do, in all of the cities that they are taking. All right. Russian occupation authorities began distributing Russian passports in occupied Kherson, which I'll put that on the center of the screen. Here's the city of Kherson, directly in the center now. Russian occupation authorities began distributing Russian passports in occupied Kherson and Zaporizhia oblasts on June 3rd. Ukrainian and Russian sources reported that Russian occupation forces opened passport offices in Kherson City and Melitopol and plan to open more centers throughout Zaporizhia Oblast. Russian-appointed Crimean leader Sergei Atskinov claimed that Crimea will assist in organizing passport centers in the newly occupied territories. Russian passportization efforts are prompting an increase in partisan activity in southern Ukraine. The Ukrainian Resistance Center reported that Ukrainian partisans called on Kherson citizens to burn down a passport center. That's intense. So you got some resistance going on in there to try to prevent this passportization, burning down passport centers. What do you guys think? Russian Telegram channels additionally reported that partisans are threatening civilians that have received Russian passports. That double-edged sword. So any civilians receiving that Russian passports are getting the threats. The Kremlin is reportedly sending officials to administer Ukrainian agribusiness. Ukrainian Deputy Defense Minister Hanna Mylar stated that Russian representatives from the Caucasus are relocating to Kherson Oblast to manage agricultural production in southern Ukraine. The Ukrainian embassy in Beirut said that Russia has already exported about 100,000 tons of Ukrainian wheat to Syria. The Russian Foreign Ministry claimed that Ukrainians used agricultural products to purchase Western military equipment, likely in an effort to justify Russian forces seizing Ukrainian businesses. Junk. Russian occupation authorities continue to face challenges in establishing bureaucratic control over southern Ukraine. The Ukrainian Resistance Center reported that Russian occupation authorities are forced to bring Russian specialists to Zaporizhia Oblast because Ukrainians overwhelmingly refuse to cooperate with Russian forces. Duh. The Ukrainian Resistance Center added that these Russian specialists will undergo regular rotations from their jobs in Russia to occupied territories. Just imagine, again, living in your own hometown, foreign country comes in and just takes over your local government and says, now we're in charge of you. I know that wouldn't go well in America. That wouldn't go well at all. Might go, I don't know, maybe in some of the coastal cities, but definitely in the majority of middle America, from the middle of it, southern most of America would reject that immediately. The Kremlin carried out measures to further assert permanent control over occupied Luhansk Oblast and economically link occupied Ukrainian territory to Russia itself at the local level. Moscow Mayor Sergei Sobyanin signed an agreement on trade, economic, scientific, technical, and cultural cooperation between Moscow and Luhansk City with the head of the Luhansk People's Republic, Leonid Pachunik, on June 3rd. On June 1st, there was reports that officials in occupied Mariupol and St. Petersburg signed a similar pact. The Kremlin also opened a United Russia Party humanitarian headquarters in Popasna and sent representatives of the Russian Investigative Committee to Rubinzin. They opened a United Russia Party humanitarian headquarters just to continue the propaganda, because again, this is how it goes. Russia takes a city, or Russia annexes a city, and then any Ukrainian counterattack against the Russian control, they're now going to limit. They're calling that war crimes, and they're focusing all of the propaganda on that. And that's why you're seeing people like, what about the Ukrainian war crimes? What about the Ukrainian war crimes? It's all of the cities that Russia is annexing and they're taking. How about there wouldn't be any attacks on any Ukrainian civilians if Russia wasn't invading the goddamn country? If Russia would just turn around and go back home, stop the invasion, that would stop all civilian deaths from happening. But no, everyone loses the point. And people lose the point so quickly out here these days. My goodness. So that's the full breakdown of the map changes. The units in Russia, the units in Ukraine, the Russian forces, the Ukrainian forces, territories liberated, territories gained. Today there wasn't any gains by Russian forces, but overall as a whole, lately there have been incremental gains, small. I'm talking like houses worth, which, you know what I mean, minimal gains in the east, in the Donbass by Russian forces. But that's also supplemented by Ukrainian counteroffensives and Ukrainian gains in Kharkiv, as well as in the southern axes in Kherson. So, Elise, thank you for being here, for sharing night 100 of Putin's war with us. Thank you so much, Elise, for that. So let's get into it, start and go into our video clips that have been shared to our Discord server and that are just they're circulating throughout the day. Life's amazing while you are still alive. It's true. Roman Trochimets, a Ukrainian soldier on the front line, shares the thoughts he had while being under enemy fire. Start this over. He said we can step back to our basement, but in that case we opened our positions to enemy's artillery. That's why we are waiting here, in this tree line. In such moments as not to go mad, to save brain and stay calm because it could be scary. I looked around at nature. A bumblebee is flying here near me. Listening the butterfly. Feeling wind on my face. I reminded myself what I am fighting for. Why I'm here. To stop this evil. To keep it from going further. To protect our people. And our land. In these moments, everything becomes easy. When you know for what you are fighting for, you can go through anything. And it's not some kind of romantic thoughts from books or movies. It's my real thoughts. While I'm laying down under enemy artillery on Donbass. If I'll be so lucky to survive, I'll share these thoughts in the internet. Maybe it'll be useful for somebody. And for sure, Russians so angry because me and my comrade was near their positions on reconnaissance. And a few days ago, we destroyed many orcs and their vehicles. So they get raged and get mad. Because that's all they can do. Stay mad.
випускати по нам снаряди.
Just attacked us with artillery.
Але,
Nevertheless,
як видно, це не допомагає.
as you can see, it's not works.
Ми тут
We are here fighting and
перемагаємо.
winning.
А
And
поки
so I'm
що
listening very carefully.
бо на нас
We
ще
may
може
still
бути,
be attacked by enemy infantry.
а нас тільки двоє.
And there are still only 2 of us here on the front line.
Життя прекрасне, поки
It's amazing while you are alive.
це правда.
That's true. So that was a clip sent to our Discord server. Life's amazing while you are still alive. It's true. So we got this clip here from the Sun. Ukraine's Foreign Legion ready to fight Russians back in Sieverodonetsk. So on our map, we've been talking about it. We've been talking about Sieverodonetsk. We're going to get a video here now of Sieverodonetsk. Here we go. Ukraine's Foreign Legion ready to fight back. How's the audio? How's the audio sound? Is it loud enough? Let me know in the chat. Got a 50 cal on there right away. Got a 50 cal mounted. The butterfly trigger. Been on that thing. Sounds good, audio good, thank you. Might hear some Americans in this. They have a Humvee. An 1151A1. Oh, there's one of their. There's a Russian MRAP. Oh man, my knees hurt just hearing this. The Humvee noise. My knees. You are literally, yeah. You're literally in the front of the Humvee right there. You don't have much room in those things at all. For someone over 6 foot like me, those are not good. I'll tell you what, chat. For someone over 6 foot tall, those Humvees are not comfortable. Especially the rollover training. The rollover training that we had to do as well. Oh my, I hated that. It was the worst day for me. Claustrophobia would kick in because you have your full kit on. You have everything on. You have your ACH on and you're in there. You're like buckled in and the thing, it's a machine and you're in a mock Humvee and it spins you and it does like a rollover. So like you go upside down and shit and like you're on the ceiling of it upside down and like they stop it and you got to unclip yourself and figure out how to get out of the truck while it's just oh my god, dude. There's not much room in them things at all. And like as a big person, like having your head mashed against the ceiling like sideways and you got to unclip yourself and get your dude. It was the worst day. Worst day of training. I still did it though. Still did it. Had to. No choice. No choice. How tall am I? 6'1". 6'1". And they combat lock the door, and you got to find out which door is open. Some in-laws. This is in Sieverodonetsk. Legion tattoo. Yeah, it sounds like he's from the UK.
It's war for Georgians as well. I'm just a 22-year-old kid, and I feel that's the right thing to do. And we're gonna push Russians back. It's gonna take a day, month, or a year. It doesn't f***ing matter. We are on the right side of the history, so we're gonna make sure all of us are gonna get back home with their families and make sure that occupants are not going to do the same.
Oh wow. Comment in the chat now that we're 100 days into this war. When did you start tuning in? When did you start tuning into the war, and was it, and where? Was it through Mercado Media? Was it through one of these other amazing sources like The Enforcer or Speak the Truth? Let me know in the chat where you started watching the war coverage. Renee says day one. Carol says right away. Started here with you. Can you believe we're in the triple digits? It wasn't until about a month. It wasn't until about a few weeks in when it hit me like this war is gonna last longer than a couple weeks. Now, a couple other clips I wanted to get to before we get to our timeline is on Children's Day. A landmine finder dog. Many of y'all have been seeing this. If you haven't, this is Patron. He's been out there. He's been viral many times. He's a landmine sniffer dog. He finds the mines. He was greeted with placards and gifts, and people chanted his name. Here's the famous dog. Dog's like, unhand me, woman. The dog's like, fuck. Mad as hell. Legend. Dog's like, I got work to do. What the fuck is this? Dog's like, I gotta go back to work. What the hell? Alright, next video. We got a Russian Cam AZ truck with some cope armor. Got a cope armored out Cam AZ troop transport vehicle. Yep. They're not even pretending to. It's looking like looking like a Twisted Metal character. It's a create a character vehicle right there. I don't know what they're not even shying away from it now. Put eyes on it. We got teeth on it. The V is a nose. What the see? The dog was Patron. He's a famous Ukrainian landmine sniffer dog. He finds them. Video of LNR tank battalion commander communicating with one of his tanks after it was struck by a Ukrainian MT-12 Rapira anti-tank gun. So you got an LNR tank battalion commander. LNR is the Luhansk separatists, communicating with one of his tanks after Ukrainians blew it and fucked it off. Blew it up.
Несет чуть право, вот, все, чуть лево еще, лево, лево. Лево несет, еще лево. Лево несет, лево, лево несет, лево. Несет, лево, лево, вот, все, выходи, прямо, обороты. Прямо, блядь, не ржи. Я седьмой, на связи. Несет, стой! Несет первой передачи,
They're blowing up our tanks. He's probably saying the Ukrainians are blowing our shit up again.
Несет чуть право, вот, все, чуть лево еще.
Steve, they're blowing the shit up again.
Еще лево. Лево несет,
back up, back up.
Лево.
It's blown up by a mine.
Несет лево, лево.
So that's essentially what is going on here. Again, you got a separatist tank commander, tank battalion commander communicating with one of his tanks after it was hit. Put it in reverse. Put it in reverse. Took a break, but started with MM from day one. Thank you so much, Lisa W, for that super chat. Thank you so much. So video reportedly of Bosachev's last flight over the Donbass before he was shot down. Last flight, Bosachev. So it was See if I can get some more info on this. Bostashev, who is that? Oh. Okay. The BBC confirmed Ukraine's claim that retired Russian General Kanamat Bostachev was shot down by a Stinger man-pads. Ukrainians had their man-pads out that day. They had their man-pads on and then shot him down. So this is just a video of his last flight. Shouldn't have been in Ukraine. Russian Spetsnaz servicemen on the back of K63968 Typhoon K MRAP. This was that Typhoon MRAP that we saw in the Sun video in Sieverodonetsk that was like hanging off the side of the road. That was a Typhoon K MRAP with a Russian Spetsnaz. We got some KIAs. Lots of Russian KIAs. Here we go. Here's a video. UAV footage of Russian MLRS strikes on Ukrainian forces in the Lyman area. Footage posted on May 31st. Martin Van Own. Why do I keep thinking that's a G? Thank you so much for the $20 super chat. Says, thank you so much for this coverage. So again, here we got Russian multiple launch rocket system strikes on Ukrainian forces in the Lyman area. So just to show you where that is on the map, here it is. Directly center of your screen, Lyman. To give you an idea where that is, it would be southeast of Izyum. Okay, Izyum, we've looked at that constantly. We've looked at that a few times now. Southeast, Lyman. Russian forces captured that city last week. They finished taking the rest of it a week ago. So, and again, here we got multiple launch rocket strikes on Ukrainian forces in that area. Yeah, this is a 420 friendly stream. I got PTSD all up and down from both reporting news, doing this independent journalism stuff, and then serving in the military. So my stream, my news coverage is 420 friendly. Don't feel like you need to be like you're obligated, like you have to be 420 person. Whatever you chill out with. If you drink tea, if you just listen to some music, that's all good too. I'm glad to have you here in our chat. We just have a chill news coverage here. Try to keep the vibes immaculate. Lots of stressful current events going on in the world. So again, that was Russian strikes on Ukrainian positions in the Lyman area. Here you got nighttime Russian BM-21 Grad multiple launch rocket system fire in the Donbass. I have missed you, the late night audience here on Mercado Media. Man, we used to go live all night long when this war started, like 11 hours. I'm looking back. We can look back at the end of the stream here and some of the first streams of this war. My goodness. Straight up 11-hour long streams. I went to bed. I would go to bed and leave the stream running while you guys watched Kyiv, the live stream of the cities, and then I would wake back up and start the coverage immediately. Orlan 10 UAV footage of Russian artillery strikes in Ukrainian positions in the Slovyansk area. Slovyansk. I'm really hoping this war ends so I can go to Ukraine and show more of the beautiful areas and not just the war. And go and be a tourist. Spend some money back into the economy. Slovyansk, southeast. So this is the area we're looking at here. Russian artillery strikes on Ukrainian positions. You were there when they took the camera down? Yeah, we watched that live. We were watching the CCTV footage of the Russians were entering the country. Yeah, we did. So moving on here, Russian artillery strikes on Ukrainian positions in Slovyansk. Here you got a Russian TOS-1 Alpha thermobaric multiple launch rocket system coming under counter battery fire in the Advidka area. The TOS-1 Alpha short range leaves it vulnerable to counter battery fire. So Advidka. So this is what we're looking at on the map. It's coming under counter fire from Ukrainian artillery. Let's take a look. That thermobaric multiple launch rocket system.
С активными наушниками это очень громко. Я не представляю, что происходит в месте, куда эти ракеты попадают. Ну, помимо разрушительного этого термобарического эффекта, это стопроцентная деморализующая, очень мощная такая история. Поэтому вот такое сочетание пряника в виде информационной работы при помощи громкоговорителей и вот такого страшного кнута, о котором только если слышать. Так, прилет. Я так понимаю, позиции засекли.
Hey, you dumb idiots, get the fuck out of there.
Вот поднимается дым. Подвал!
Oh shit! Oh, I thought it was hit right there. I was like, dang, I got that on camera. So they're taking counter fire right now. There's a little team of journalists with the Russians. Quickly get the drone in
Только
here.
что украинская артиллерия отработала.
This guy's rethinking every decision he's made leading him up to this point.
Район. Ну,
Fuck.
этого следовало ожидать, потому что ТОС это артиллерийская система ближнего боя, можно так сказать. Бьет жестко, но недалеко. Поэтому быстренько грузимся.
Fuck this.
И уходим. И уходим. Быстро, быстро, быстро!
$20 radio. Think so? Think it's $20? Think it's a $20 radio?
Покидает позиции и сам огнемет. Еще один прилет совсем рядом.
What is this? The propaganda team? Is this one of the Russian propaganda teams getting hit, dude? What the fuck? Let's do this one more time. So here they were gonna try to give one of their little low key reports that they do. Little, I don't know, the vibe and the energy of their propaganda reports.
Тяжелая огнеметная система. Даже
And then they came under a
с
counter
активными
fire.
наушниками это очень громко.
Yeah, they're very clean. This looks like one of their little propaganda teams.
Я не представляю, что происходит в месте, куда эти ракеты попадают. Ну, помимо разрушительного этого термобарического эффекта, это стопроцентная деморализующая, очень мощная такая история. Поэтому вот такое сочетание пряника в виде информационной работы при помощи громкоговорителей и вот такого страшного кнута, о котором только если слышать. Так, прилет. Я так понимаю, позиции засекли, скорее всего.
He said he just shit himself.
Вот поднимается дым. Подвал!
Oh, that was a hit. You can see the smoke, the plume of smoke.
Машина отрабатывает. Этот самый, где мы?
Собираемся быстро.
Да, только что украинская артиллерия отработала в наш район. Ну, этого следовало ожидать, потому что ТОС это артиллерийская система ближнего боя, можно так сказать. Бьет жестко, но недалеко. Поэтому быстренько грузимся и уходим. И уходим. Быстро, быстро, быстро! Покидает позиции и сам огнемет.
Thinking this is like one of their little video teams. They got a drone operator and a bunch of camera dudes. One TOS thermobaric multiple launch rocket system too. Just one. Sus. Everything they do is sus, dude. Sus. Russian artillery strike. No clear position. Is it more from the Slovyansk area? Excuse me. More from the Slovyansk area? Yep. Slovyansk area again. There's like Russians hitting civilian targets, residential area. Here you got video reportedly of Russian southern military district Razhevitsky after destroying a Ukrainian T-64 BV tank with a captured mortar. So again, video reportedly of a Russian southern military district Razhevitsky after destroying a Ukrainian T-64 BV tank with a captured mortar.
Бомба всегда, пацан, отойди. И миномет. И танк сейчас покажу. Вообще с кайфом. Так, ну, быстренько скачал.
Hit that like button if you guys have not done so. Like the video. Make sure you're subscribed. Thank you, Carol, for subscribing to the channel. We got Carol Ford as a subscriber. We got Mike Hula subscribed. Thank you.
Готов, сучонок. Слава России, мужики, слава России.
It's a Russian video of a destroyed Ukrainian T-64 BV tank.
Миномет.
So destroyed Ukrainian tank.
И танк сейчас покажу. Вообще с кайфом.
Seen a lot of destroyed Russian tanks. Here's a destroyed Ukrainian one.
Там типы с него могут выскочить, пацаны.
It's a T-64. It's a Ukrainian tank.
Есть. На трех. Опа, пацаны, он горит. Сейчас быка в...
Yep. It's a Russian video. That's distort. They distort it. It's got the Russian Telegram channel on the top. Next clip. Video showing destroyed or abandoned Russian CAM, AZ, and Ural trucks, a BTR-82, and 2 T-80 BV tanks. The first images of these vehicles were published a couple of days ago. Oh, I gotta get this track. What song is this? I need this whole video. Is there a whole video? There's gotta be a whole video. That's just part of it. Yeah, that's the whole video. I want the whole thing. And then I can play it as one of the clips to start the stream. I'm gonna save this to try to look for it. Bookmark. Find the whole one. Video of a Stugna P ATGM strike by Ukraine's 14th Mechanized Brigade on a Russian armored vehicle. Stugna P video. P's in the chat. P's in the chat. That's what we'll do. There we go. Whenever you see Stugna P video. What up, Vitaly? end too. Ease in the chat. Ukraine's 14th Mechanized Brigade. Makes me want to play Cyberpunk. Video from Ukraine's National Guard showing artillery strikes on a reported Russian ammunition depot. We're free from the binds of Facebook tonight, so we got the music. A lot of these music choices are from the units. The Ukrainian military units choose this music. They literally held a rave in Kyiv in one of the bunkers. It's a popular... This electronic techno music. Popular in the area. Alright, so again, that's Ukraine's National Guard showing artillery strikes on a reported Russian ammo depot. Video of Stugna P ATGM strike on a Russian vehicle by Ukraine's 36th Marine Brigade. Hello from Croatia. Thank you so much for tuning in. What's up, Croatia? What up? How's Croatia doing? He's in the chat. Oh, it didn't show that it hit. Stugna P on a Russian vehicle. 36th Marine Brigade. Don't see the ending. Oh, yeah, it did. Alright. It did right there at the end. I just wasn't paying attention. Right there at the very end, you see the mushroom cloud. Boom, right there. And boom, right there. They just didn't cheer in that one, so I didn't know when they hit. They didn't cheer. Video of the Mi-35. Okay, there's got to be more. Okay, we got photos first. This is a Mi-35M. Ukraine previously pulled another helicopter out of the Kyiv reservoir. If this was also lost on February 24th, then I believe Russia had 6 helicopters or more shot down or forced to land on the first day. Mi-35 helicopter wreckage. There's video of it. Yeah, we have price gouging by gas companies in the United States too. It's bad. Unfortunately, the narrative and the debate isn't on the oil companies, and it's on elections for some reason. Silly. It's just anyway, a video of Russian Su-35S fighter launching R-77 air-to-air missiles at an aerial target. So you got a Russian Su-35S fighter. It's a Russian video.
Подтвердите работу. 13. Разрешили. Дамба подтвердили? Подтвердили. 13 3 двойки. Разрешили 13. Понял.
Sorry for the tone. I'll turn that down a little bit. It's a little unbearable.
По курсу 50. Витя, помогай мне. Не вижу его. Трудовики отработали? Да. Энергично левым.
Alright, so again, you had a Su-35S fighter launching a R-77 air-to-air missile with a incredibly annoying noise. Sorry if your ears just bled from that. More crowdfunded radios, binoculars. This is what I mentioned this, what, 20 minutes ago now? The crowdfunding and the shit from the internet. Here's their crowdfunded radios, binoculars, flashlights, and UAVs sent to Russian troops and pilots because the Ministry of Defense and the Kremlin doesn't issue their soldiers like basic needs. They don't have basic soldiering needs. They don't even have an IFAC. They don't have medical. They don't have any medical supplies. They can't treat their frontline soldiers that are getting wounded. What kind of shit is that? That's ridiculous. That's their radios. Wow. Wow. Their pilots have to use those. They do. Their pilots got to use those too. No. Oh man, your pilots got to fly close. They don't have radios in the jets. No. Dang. Radio Shack clearance. This came from the back of a Radio Shack closet somewhere. My goodness, you got more crowdfunded equipment. Got some binoculars, some binos, got a stupid hat. Who made that hat? What a stupid hat to wear. Wow. So dumb. Russian Su-25 fighter jet. Dumb hat. China made it? Yeah, you're probably right. China made them for free. Am I getting trolled into watching the same thing? Like, okay. I thought I was getting trolled into watching the same video on repeat twice. Okay. That's a Su-25. Photos of a Russian Su-25 attacked aircraft that was damaged by a man-pads, but managed to return to base. Ukrainians brought their man-pads. Some photos on the screen. Here we go. Video posted 2 days ago of Russian Kaliber cruise missile launched at Ukraine with a kid playing in the water. The kid in the water. What about?
Происходит, Кать. Нифига себе. Ракеты пускает. Калибры полетели. Смотри, что происходит, Кать. Нифига себе. Ракеты пускают.
Oh.
Калибры полетели.
So they're watching from the Crimean Peninsula then. That's where they're standing on. You can see the Kaliber missiles going into Ukraine. Off of the Black Sea Fleet from Russia. Russian Spetsnaz in the Sieverodonetsk area. So we got more Sieverodonetsk videos. You can see they got about 50 to 70% of the city captured. On our map, it's about 70%, reflecting about 70% of the city. I just want to give you an idea of what we're looking at here now. We're dialing back into the Donbass, Sieverodonetsk. Daily fighting over that city. We got Russian soldiers in this video. You got the red. You can see they got the red markers, the red indicators. Russia wears red and white. Alright, next video. A Russian T-80 BV tank disabled by a grenade from Ukrainian forces. Worth keeping in mind that many of the destroyed Russian tanks on Orksilanikops, what is that? Authors of the Armed Forces of North Korea. Likely include tanks that were abandoned and then destroyed at close range. This is a list. Authors, okay.
Да, бегом!
Oh, it's a T-80 tank. Oh wow, the Russians, they're taking some. Oh wow, there's actual combat footage from the Russian side.
Это свои, уходим, это свои или нет?
Ain't faking that one.
Погнали! Свои, бегом! Да, бегом! Мужики залегли!
Wow, intense. Russian T-80 BV tank disabled. Here you got a video of Alexander Kolinsky, a sniper from the GRU-GU's 22nd Spetsnaz Brigade, killed in Ukraine. This is the sniper killed. Sniper killed in Ukraine. Really? Really? Seriously? They had a concert for him on two BMPs. Oh. Whatever. Oh, one less problem for Ukraine. A previously recorded captured BMD-4M and RPG-30 from the VDV's 31st Air Assault Brigade, captured by Ukraine's 24th Mechanized Brigade in Luhansk. Listen, we don't do the both sides thing here. I try my best I can to show what both sides are doing, but the both sides thing here is not a thing, because Russia, again, Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukraine did not invade Russia. They're not on equal ground. I don't know how many times I have to say that. Russia invaded Ukraine. Ukraine is not in Russian territory taking Russian villages and Russian cities. It's not the same. Video showing a truck destroyed by a mine placed by the Ukrainian National Guard.
Мы уже приехали?
Пока нет.
А сейчас-то приехали?
Нет.
Уже приехали? Нет. А теперь приехали?
Так, приехал.
Hey. Truck destroyed by a mine placed by the Ukrainian National Guard.
Нет.
Vibes are immaculate.
Мы уже приехали?
Пока
100
нет.
days.
А сейчас-то приехали?
Нет.
Уже приехали? Нет. А теперь приехали?
Так, приехал, Москва.
Нет.
it's literally garbage. Ukraine wanted their independence. Ukraine wants their independence, which any country that wants their independence should have it. Hello, you're talking to an American. United States. We wanted our independence, right? Well before I was born, but similar. Russia trying to prevent Ukraine's independence. They voted on it. Ukraine wants to be independent. It's not American influence over it. Stop the junk. That's Russian propaganda for you. Video of Russian mechanics doing maintenance on damaged armored vehicles. They're not even trying Western Ukraine. They're not even trying Western Ukraine with ground forces. Keep in mind, Western Ukraine is just being hit with artillery strikes. There aren't any ground forces into the west. You feel inspired to join the Russian military? What these videos are for. They're like propaganda recruitment videos. Trying to see, just trying to pick. So, looked like he was just like, what is? I thought he was just like beating it with the wrench for a second. I wanted to replay that, make sure I didn't miss something. So you got mechanics. Seems to be a job that keeps on giving if you're a mechanic. You want to go be a combat mechanic. There are plenty of Russian vehicles to repair. They're littered all over all over Ukraine. They'll fix them up and give them to the Ukrainians. I know, right? The motor's on the ground. Listen. They're probably just... It's... The Queen was a mechanic. Actually. The Queen just had her Jubilee. Or there's the Jubilee going on in the United Kingdom. Anybody from the UK feeling jubilous? Not sure if that's a proper verb for it. You feeling jubilous? Alright, so that's Russian mechanics doing maintenance on the ground. Just on the ground. Literally. In the dirt. Whatever. The RT video. Here's the UR-77 Miklik with added screen armor and gun truck with the ZU-23-2. This is from the video. So this is actual reactive armor on there. It's not cope armor on this one. That's some reactive armor they got. Got it all the way up the damn tube. Interesting. Then they had they're making smiley faces or angry faces, I guess, out of the V and the, I don't know. They're making faces now. The Russian military. They gotta entertain themselves. Next video here. Russian multiple launch rocket system strikes on Ukrainian positions in the Lyman area. So back again in Lyman. We've looked at a few UAV videos of strikes in the Lyman area. So here's another. Okay, that's ridiculous. took a week and a half off when my living situation was dire and I needed to move out. That really hurt me. But I could not continue. I was late all the time, like very late. I was missing streams all the time. It was a rough patch. Shout out to everybody that stuck with me through that. Thank you, y'all are real ones. Here we go here next. DNR artillery strikes reportedly on Ukrainian positions near New York in the Donetsk Oblast. So you got the DNR separatists, the Donetsk separatists, which are pro-Russian, are reportedly on Ukrainian positions. I know, Aaron. They only show the initial barrage. They only show the starting barrage. You're talking about the multiple launch rocket systems. Yep, there's a town called New York in Ukraine. I think the Ukrainian the way to spell it is NIU though. New York. So again, separatist strikes on Ukrainian positions. The DNR separatists. All right, here. Oh wow. Oh wow. You got large explosion in Berdyansk yesterday. Was reportedly for demining purposes. In Berdyansk. This is the same area that the name of it. Damn it. Help. The name of the Russian ship that was hit. I'm having a mind blank right now. Mind blank. The Moskva. So the Moskva was stationed at. God dang. Yeah, right. No, there was a strike on that. It looked like something maybe it was just a flash. It looked like something flew through the air. Let's watch one more time. The Moskva, yes, thank you, chat. I don't know. It does. It looks that it's just that flash. It's just this flash here. That's what I'm seeing. This, that streak. It gives. I'm not sure if it's giving an illusion that something's flying through the air. Maybe that could be it. But that's what I'm seeing there in fast motion. That streak on the screen. So again, the description says large explosion in Berdyansk. So that's down here. That's in the port. Here's Berdyansk. It's to the west of Mariupol. Town of Berdyansk. What do you guys think? Lens flare? Or do a full motion. One more time. Yeah. It wasn't a strike. Definitely the lens flare. Gave the optical illusion after seeing it again. Yep. Demining purposes. Detonation. Yep. Lens flare. BMPT tank support combat vehicles in Popasna. So let's go to Popasna. Here. That's the town the Wagner PMCs captured a month ago now at this point. I know, right? LOL explosion. So you guys talking about the laughing afterwards? Yeah, that's wild. Missed that now. You distracted me. BMPT tank support combat vehicles in Popasna. Russian tanks, Russian BMPT tanks.
Assalamu alaikum.
Pop Santa? No, it's Popasna. Just sitting there.
Assalamu alaikum.
You say it like that. Alright. Just tank support combat vehicles just sitting there. A video of Ukraine's SSO and 92nd Mechanized Brigade showing artillery strikes reportedly on a Russian R-439OD or P-260O communications vehicle in Vaskunikov in the Kharkiv Oblast. Reyes says, I'm not surprised the far right is supporting the Russians. Well, of course, they're Russians. They're Kremlin's far right. They're nationalists. They just pretend not to be. They want to appease to as many of the far right as they can. That's why they. But unfortunately, a lot on the right eat up their propaganda. They appease to it. Or they appeal to it more. Dang. But keep in mind though, there's also a lot on the far left too that eats up the Russian narrative, and that's also planted by Russia. Russia plays into the left's beliefs with the Nazi narrative of Ukraine. And a lot of the people on the left are like, oh no, I can't support something that's pro-Nazi. They didn't even question the Russian propaganda. It's so ridiculous. They just are like, oh, Nazis? That's how the left is. Nazis? No, can't support that. Didn't even try to look into it. Just pissed me off. Russians sure know how to dupe people, that's for sure. Alright, next video. Video of Russian 2S1 Godzvidka howitzers firing on Ukrainian positions in the Lysychansk area. What are we looking at here one more time? We got a video of Russian 2S1 Godzvidka howitzers firing on Ukrainian positions in the Lysychansk area. You don't know anyone who is supporting Russia in this war? Just look at the comments after the stream's finished. They're there. They don't comment in the live chat, but on my comments after the video posts, they show up. Alright. 2 Russian Ka-52 and Mi-8 helicopters in the Donbass. Good look at the sky there with the Ka-52 Alligator helicopters and the Mi-8 helicopters in the Donbass. Here we got Russian Razvechki firing a RPG-7 VR round in an RPO-A.
Ёбаный в рот.
They just hurt. Did he just hurt that dude right there? I heard a groan. Why are they? God, that's probably gonna. Eardrums are probably. Yeah, what are they? Probably blowing their eardrums out. They don't guarantee they don't have ear pro. They don't have ear pro. You gotta realize, any veterans, comment if you're a veteran in the chat. We have an amazing veteran community. Again, I served in the U.S. Army as an 88 mic motor transport operator. One tour to the Middle East in support of Operation Enduring Freedom, so I have some experience. But there's Russians don't even have the basic needs like ear pro, eye protection, like the stupid shit that we needed for accountability formations that we thought were so redundant, but their ears are probably bleeding. Redzavitki, oh, we got new videos. Oh man, new videos. I refreshed. Scroll down. Here we go. Redzavitki firing on a 9M, the 111 series ATGM. Got an 18 Alpha in the chat. Australian Army Reserves artillery from 87 to 88. Thank you. Launch that thing from inside the office. Is that outside the Azovstal? That looks like it's outside the Azovstal plant. Video looking like it's from about March. Aussie infantry veteran, 2000 to 06. Thanks, Montes. Thank you so much for your service. DNR Giant Sint B artillery in the Advidka area. Giant Sint B howitzers in Advidka. Why do all of their photos look like they're from 1982? Their cameras aren't updated either. They don't have like iPhone. Their uniform, everything just looks like it's from the 80s. Russian and multiple launch rocket system strikes in the Lyman area. More strikes in Lyman. I think maybe Russia's just trying to there's a lot of Ukrainian strikes on Russian vehicles, and now they're just making multiple videos from the same area of strikes to get back at Ukraine for all of their videos that they post. There's a lot of videos of Lyman specifically today from the Russian side. From this type of UAV video. Alright. Russian UAV dropping a RGD grenade on a Ukrainian position out of 5. That means there's more. Oh, we got a timeline. Oh. So it's just more continued video from... Okay, so they dropped the UAV with a grenade. So this was on May 16th, if you haven't seen this. The Russians put a grenade in a plastic cup and dropped it on Ukrainian positions. In like a... I mean, you can see it's in there in the cup. And then the Ukrainians actually have a 3D printer that they made to release a grenade from their non-kamikaze drones. Some of the here. Well, this is what the Russians are doing. They were just holding it by the pin from the DJI drones, but the Ukrainians actually 3D printed something to release the grenade from the sky. Here's a video of it, of the Russians on May 18th from the Northern Fleet 61st Naval Infantry Brigade jerry-rigging a UAV to carry a RGD-5 grenade.
Тех немцев, как ребята опять же шутят, которые засели там в окопах, пришла почти мгновенно. Братиш, расскажи, что это за ноу-хау? Так, ну это не ноу-хау, это уже как бы давно запатентованное. Тут смысл в чем? Система сброса присутствует. И также граната. Единственное, что мы добавили, это шприц в системе сброса.
То есть это у вас укол называется, я так
This is
понимаю.
how they were attaching
Да,
them.
укол. Наподобие. Он сейчас кольцо вытаскивает.
Не надо.
И ударный и УЗРГ он вот сюда вставляет.
Там
Вот сейчас он примерно и покажет это.
довольно экстремальное занятие, я так понимаю. Ну вот расскажи, вот сейчас самая интригующая часть, я так понимаю.
Ну вот он кольцо вытаскивает. Одевает туда иголку.
Из-под обычного шприца, да?
Вот эту ниточку он сейчас на систему
And they
сброса.
attached it like that.
Подцепляет.
Cool Roy with a $17.76
готово, да,
super
для-
chat.
Не-
World versus Russia. Put your party games aside. I like that. The $17.76 super chat.
Вставляет туда шприц, вытаскивает иголку. Всё.
So yeah, that's what they did. That's how they attached the grenade, the RGD-5 grenade, to the drone. So now here's the newest video that just came out of the UAV dropping an RGD grenade on a Ukrainian position. So you know what the hell you're looking at. Is it in a cup? That would be amazing, Lisa. Thank you so much. You would laugh just as soon as it gets airborne, the thing just drops on him. It gets like 30 feet in the air straight above him, and the grenade just fails. Looks like it's in the cup. Yep, cup grenade. Didn't even look like the... Okay, there it went off. It wasn't effective at all. It didn't look like it hit. It didn't hit anything. It was delayed, number one. It it hit the spot and then went off. Whatever. Russian LNR BMP-2 with the 675 SB3 KDZ armor kit installed. So this is you got a the SB3 KDZ armor kit on these things, which we've already seen some of this on the Russian vehicles in Sieverodonetsk. Next, we got Giant B artillery. These are the big howitzers. The big ones.
На Авдеевском направлении.
Oh, wow.
И сейчас артиллеристы народной милиции Донецкой Народной Республики будут наносить удар по обнаруженным позициям украинских национальных.
The pictures that were taken that I said that were from the 80s. This looks like the same thing. I just don't. Like, where does it say this? Does it give a location? Oh, there's two of them. Oh, I was right. They are from the pictures. Well, they did a whole bunch. They did pictures and video here. I don't know. I don't know about all that. I don't know. Again, this is a definitely. I mean, it's. I'm not questioning this is like a real video or not. It's if this is actually in Ukraine and this is being used in the war, or if it's just a video of their giant Cent B artillery piece of equipment being used, and they took a video of it to put out on the internet. Be like, this is what we got. And there's like no, it's just by itself. A lot of these videos too, especially with the thermobaric systems or the multiple launch rocket systems, they're like by themselves. It's just like one unit like out there with the news team or their little reporting team. They took pictures and video at that one. Russian Spetsnaz servicemen in Ukraine. You got Ukrainian soldiers with Lithuanian EDM-4S UAS systems. These damn, oh my god, dude, future. Look at they got dang drone guns looking like oh my god. We're in the future. The future is already here. We're in it. He's got a dot sight on it. There's a dot sight on that is it an ACOG? No. The dot sight. On that CUAS drone gun. Thing takes out drones. Footage reportedly of a Russian Krasnopol artillery strike on a building in the Kharkiv Oblast. Kharkiv. Up here. Northeast Donbass. Krasnopol rounds, wow. I did some serious structural damage there. Russian DNR fighters on the border between Kharkiv and Donetsk. Like the oblasts? Oh, they're doing training in the forests. Or they got tree houses. I got Lord of the Flies situations going on with their units just out there fending for themselves. Russian LDNR D-20 howitzers. Lisa says 46 more likes to go for a super chat surprise. Ooh, hit that like.
Насколько вообще важна скорость и почему она важна именно для артиллерии?
Мы можем приехать в тот район, где может прийти этот ответ, и чем быстрее мы разберем, отработаем и уйдем, зависит скорость всего состава.
Какой интервал, вот, допустим, когда работает беспрерывно орудие ну, то есть между выстрелами? Есть?
3 выстрела в минуту спокойно.
3 выстрела в минуту, то есть 3 выстрела в минуту делает орудие.
Alright, you got video of the LDNR D20 howitzer in action. Anything else with that? Nope. LDNR D20 howitzer. Next, we got reportedly video of a Russian TOS-2 thermobaric multiple launch rocket system strike. Or thermobaric strikes. Reportedly, Wagner private military contractors in Sieverodonetsk. Reportedly, that's the town we looked into. The Russian advance on that city's failed. Someone asked in the chat if there were any more gains today made by Russia. Incremental in the east. In scattered areas, like incremental in terms of another, like a grid square. Literally. Like they've gained grid squares in certain areas. They haven't taken any cities, and on the same token, Ukraine is regaining back villages themselves on the northeastern axes and on the southern axes in Kherson. Video near the front in Luhansk with a KA-52 Linsna MRAP and tanks. A Linsna MRAP.
О, полетел. Вьетнам, блин. Просто Вьетнам. О, полетел.
Right. More pictures. You got Rose Gavirda. Claims Sergeant Adam Butslanov was killed in an ambush on a BTR-80 by Ukrainian forces on May 26 in Kharkiv that involved Ben Grant, the son of a United Kingdom MP. Cora Brown with the $5 super chat. Thank you so much. Keep it up. Thank you. Oh, looks like we're at the end of this timeline, but here we got pictures of VDV Spetsnaz in Ukraine. That first picture here looks like it's from March. Looking like March out there, maybe even April. More from the Spetsnaz using the DJI drone. Next, we're going to go to the Ukraine War Video Report on Reddit. Interesting positioning of Putin's face in the back of the fecal waste collection truck in Kyiv.
Кое-хто відсосав, замовляйте.
Ukrainians are funny. Told y'all.
Так, шановні, якщо є бажання, щоб кое-хто відсосав, замовляйте.
Oh, in the back of a shit truck. Saw this video in Berdyansk. Here you got Ukrainian Foreign Legion arrive in Sieverodonetsk, Luhansk Oblast. So, oh, more of the is it the same video we've seen already? Oh no. It's a different, oh, it's the same unit that we watched from a different clip, but a different media out there with them. So let's check this out. Now we watched at the beginning of the stream similar with this, but it's a different camera angles and a different look.
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I think it's an opportunity. I think since coming here, it's been amazing how many people from all around the world have come together to help out a country in need.
Australian.
I feel like it's really, really inspirational to have a lot of these guys with previous experience to actually lend their hand, you know, and step up and volunteer. So I'm from Australia. It's quite far away. Quite hard to get here, and you know, I stepped up. So hopefully I inspire more people to come and do the same thing. Yeah.
Here you go, our amazing Australian audience.
Which country? It's war for Georgians as well. I'm just a 22-year-old kid, and I feel that's the right thing to do. And we're gonna push Russians back. It's gonna take a day, month, or a year. It doesn't matters. We are on the right side of the history, so we're gonna make sure all of us are gonna get back home with their families, and we make sure that occupants are not gonna do the same.
Зараз перебуваємо в Сєвєродонецьку, війська спішилися і рушили вже на свої позиції подалі. Нам прокоментували хлопці з Австралії, з Бразилії, з Грузії, тут інші країни, французи, які прийшли захищати, і здебільшого вони говорять про те, що не може бути окупації наразі, не може бути агресії, вони прийшли захищати і допомагати українцям. Чуєте, на фоні бої йдуть. Це Сєвєродонецьк. Вихід!
Foreign Legion fighting hard in Sieverodonetsk. We got Australians, Americans, Georgians in this group. In a previous video we watched it. Oh.
Давай машину.
Ivan, it's okay.
Can you please unload my...
Yeah, I'll do.
Да. И бери сразу.
God dang. That was that Typhoon MRAP. So we watched the sun video. They were going the other way. They were going into the area from the sun, reporting that we watched in the beginning of the stream. And now this media, they're watching them leave, and they have some injured with them. That's that same Typhoon K MRAP that's leaning. All right. Here's the DNR 107th Rifle Regiment appeal refusing to fight for the LNR.
Дорогие уважаемые сограждане ДНР, мы военнослужащие.
Dear fellow citizens of the Donetsk People's Republic, we are soldiers of the 4th Battalion of the 107th Regiment. Rifle Regiment, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th companies, comprised of 204 men.
107-й стрелкового полка, 4-й батальон, 3-я, 2-я и 4-я роты, 204 человека. Отказываемся ехать.
We refuse to go to the Luhansk People's Republic for slaughter, to a very different republic.
На убой в ЛНР, совсем другую республику.
We were subject to many illegal activities. We were conscripted in breach of the orders. I mean, you see the white bands on these guys.
Масса незаконных действий. Нас призвали незаконно в нарушение приказа. С нами не было проведено.
We have not had a medical examination during the conscription. We were lied many times to go to the LNR. Oh my goodness, Sky God in the chat. Sky God with a big super chat, $60. 100 days of coverage deserves more than $100 in super chats. Squad up, Putin down. Thank you, Sky God. Thank you for the motivation in the chat. Thank you.
Введено медицинского обследования во время призыва. Нас неоднократно обманывали и обманом пытались завести на территорию ЛНР.
Yeah, and this just reaffirms what you learned in the reports. They haven't had a medical examination. They're just getting conscripted without medical examinations. So you're getting guys that are hurt already. They have underlying medical issues or pre-existing medical conditions, and they're getting sent to the front lines. And then not only that, when they're getting hurt, they don't have the basic medical needs to treat the wounds or to do combat life-saving skills. They can't even apply it. They don't have the materials.
По неподтвержденным данным мы уже являемся частью.
We are already illegally listed as Cossack volunteers and members of LNR military forces.
Какого-то казачества, добровольно вступившие в ряды вооруженных сил ЛНР и без.
And we are going immediately to die there like unmercenaries. It doesn't take long for us to die.
Срочно бессеребренниками будем там умирать, а умереть там недолго. 3 месяца.
We were fighting for the liberation of Mariupol for 3 months.
Бои за освобождение
Again, like
Мариуполя.
the liberation is the Russian for words like taking Mariupol, not liberating it. The real liberation would be if Ukraine took back Mariupol. That would be the liberation.
Мариуполь освобожден, но пушечным мясом мы быть не хотим.
Well, look at there. He's even admitting that they're cannon fodder. So who said that in the chat? Well, go ahead. Listen, right from it, he said it himself. We don't want to be cannon fodder for sure. You're signed up to be cannon fodder. Yet again, they are trying to deceive us away from the 21st mine in the town of Konstantinkovo.
Нас обманом пытаются завести от 21-й шахты в городе Ханжонково, где нас ждут представители
Representatives of Pushlin's cabinet are waiting for
от
us.
кабинета Пушилина, где должны выслушать.
Where all our lawful claims must be heard, where we write a report to the military attorney about illegal activities of our
Все
command.
наши законные требования, где должны мы написать даже военной прокуратуре объяснительные и отчеты о незаконных действиях и нарушениях нашего командования. Здесь
Our wives and mothers are
наши
here.
жены, матеря. Я надеюсь,
I hope that your support is also with
ваша
us.
поддержка тоже с нами. С нами есть пленный человек, который был в плену свыше 2 месяцев.
Wow. Wow, Island Man, thank you for covering 100 days. You've surely earned it. Thank you so much, Island Man. Thank you so much. We watched those videos.
100 метрах від Росії.
Your unboxing of a Russian BMP by Ukrainian troops. A lot of goodies inside. Unboxing of a BMP.
Что вы сейчас видите, вы не видите никогда.
Юра все-таки уговорил меня поехать. Прицелы.
Конечно. Какая? Давай покажем.
Pass 13.
Рабочая тетрадь. Командир 8-го мотострелковой роты. Гвардии капитан. Фурдуй Дмитрий Евгеньевич. Ты смотри, он как. Капитан Фурдуй. Вы просто вор. Батенька, ай-яй-яй.
For sure.
Отлично, Моторола. Это нашим пацанам. Да, открываешь каждый раз, как киндер-сюрприз.
On Earth.
Юра, спасибо, что я просто собирался спать, потому что я устал как черт. Юра все-таки уговорил меня поехать снять. Говорит, пошли, ну покажи переправу. Я говорю, да давай завтра уже.
BMP unboxing video? Oh my god.
Могли это бы не найти. Завтра уже могли бы этого не.
Russian vehicle unboxing video. Here we go.
Отлично.
Thank you again, Island Man. Island Man and Sky God, goats in the chat.
Там опасное место просто, оно прямо на берегу. Они просто, думаю, могли туда просто не захотели туда заходить. Зараз чергова історична подія.
All the Russians got it. They stole it from Ukrainians anyways. They all stole all that shit anyways.
Піхота 58-ї бригади. Тільки що, як це культурно сказати? Ну, просто забрала, експроприювали. В 100 метрах від російських позицій, від Сіверського Донця, прямо від 100 метрів взяла і просто поцупила у русні ще одну беху. Хлопці, скільки ви вже захопили одиниць російської техніки біля Білогорівки?
11 мы вывезли, а всего 18 или 19. То есть у нас там есть часть, мы оттянули, но мы еще не вытащили.
B Baldy says you're getting so good with these crazy names. I'm trying to pronounce them correctly. Thank you so much, B Baldy, with a big $40 super chat here. Thank you so much, B Baldy. Unboxing video. You need to spark one up.
Распаковочка. Что ж там внутри?
These Ukrainian, we need more of these Ukrainian unboxing videos. The Ukrainians just do their unboxing videos a little different, y'all.
Это ж командирская машина, чтобы бойцы ничего не...
На каждой машине русская такая вот.
Да?
А потом с собой повара возил. Ну правильно, поближе до кухни подальше от начала.
Друзья, то, что вы сейчас видите, вы не видите никогда. Иван Сичкарь, человек, который всего 3 месяца назад занимался бизнесом по продаже кинооборудования.
Я сейчас занимаюсь бизнесом, не надо. У меня бизнес работает, производство работает.
Так.
Спасибо, кстати, всем сотрудникам, которые на своих местах. Кроме тех, которые в армии. Им спасибо особенное.
Вот. А сам владелец компании по продаже кинооборудования.
Производству кинообъективов.
По производству кинообъективов.
Классных. Iron Glass Adapters.
Так, ну, в данном случае Product Placement, да, в нашем видео
Product
будет
placement,
Iron Glass Adapters. Пожалуйста, если у кого есть возможность купить, покупайте. Владелец немного занят. Он занят обнаружением и вскрытием и уничтожением российских
He's having a hell of a
БМП,
time with the
танков
door, isn't he?
и тому подобное.
That door's kicking his ass.
В наши прекрасные земли. Вообще, действительно, вот летишь сверху, вот настолько красиво все. Вот я был не ці москалі.
Момент истины.
Так, что у нас тут враг припрятал? Мне нужен вал и короткоствол. Давай, 22 сразу.
Yeah, they finally got the door open.
Настроились так как, а?
Да. А ну давайте инструмент сложу в сторону.
Вот вин инструмент, то, что нам надо.
Да.
Что, давай отсюда, давай вправо. Вправо.
Что ж тут лежит? Так. Тут должны быть личные вещи командира роты капитана Фурдуя.
Look at what they got.
Хорошая радийка. Нам радистам пригодится.
Try to see if I can recognize any equipment military-wise.
Отлично, Моторола.
All of this shit was highly likely, stolen or looted from the Russians.
Блин, а кстати, это может наши...
Может и быть, да.
Скорее всего, это наши есть.
Так. Все, рации забрали.
Есть срач, как всегда.
В личных вещах, конечно, у них все попало.
Это, я думаю, что где-то подмутили фотоаппарат. Вряд ли с собой на войну брали.
А понятно.
Камера. Стопудняков.
То же самое, да.
Да, видеокамера.
Ты смотри, он как. Капитан Фурдуй. 8-я рота 3-го мотострелкового батальона. Так вы просто вор. Батенька, ай-яй-яй.
Я всегда с собой беру видеокамеру. Да?
Видеокамеру украл фотоаппарат.
Это рюкзачок, типа, вот такие у нас есть, такого же образца. Даже пустый кошелек просто взять и украсть.
А ну подожди, чей? Там какая-то визитка. Грузоперевозки Юрий.
Yeah, they're not fitting. They can't afford even basic shit. Like, they're not giving them Adidas bags. All this stuff is like stolen from Ukraine. Adventure set. Want to send some. There's the Cash App and the PayPal and the Venmo that's going to go across the screen. Just look across on the ticker that go across if you're interested. Also, just the super chat option works.
Так, это что такое?
Thank you so much,
Шлифмашинка. Это ему для чего она нужна-то? БМП.
Наверное, шлифовать будет.
Что же он шлифовать-то собрался? Ох ты воришка какой, капитан Фурдуй. Ну это просто уже несерьезно. Воруешь профессиональный инструмент, да?
Shit.
Понятно. Шлифмашинка понадобилась. Ай-яй-яй. Российская
Ай-яй-яй is right.
Сплошные мародеры. А, что там за документы?
Иди туда, подарок дам. Давай.
Ага,
AK-74 manual. The manual. Need the -10.
Да, круто.
Радист Морзе.
Отлично.
Don't know how to use it likely. Conscripts learning how to use their weapons.
Это антенна, и вот это перебивает сеть. Вот сама движуха. Рация? Прекрасно. Там еще... Ох ты! Да тут рация этих не
Got a Sincar's radio in his hand? That's oh yeah, run that. There you go.
А что это за рация?
Слушай, один, кстати, сверху...
Какая рация написана здесь, что так называется?
Это рация.
Immediately to the
А
military
ну-ка, дай-ка
vehicle.
название сейчас снимем.
No, those are not Sincar's radios. Those are whatever Russia's got. They look similar. No, it's not a Sincar's radio. Whatever the what is that? The fuck is that?
Сейчас снимем.
Looks similar to Sincar's, right? I'm talking to, obviously, I'm just select audience that know what the fuck I'm talking about right now. But it's like it's the radios that we use in the military. Looks similar. Screws in the damn thing. What the fuck? Russian engineering. 1942 Stalingrad radios, dude.
Ничего себе.
No, those aren't that old. They're old though.
Наверное, да. Смотри, сколько средств связи. Великолепно.
Секретка находится в стороне. Прекрасно.
Так, там что?
Вот это переходник для зарядки АКБ таких. Это тоже кардио. Переходники какие-то.
Hit that like button if you guys have not done so on the live stream. Make sure your notifications are set to all. I usually stream a lot earlier in the evening. Friday nights are just going to be a late stream after my softball games are over with for the night. I'll stream the war coverage afterwards. So Friday nights are going to be special late night coverage of the war, but every other night or every night during the week it's usually at 7 p.m. Central Time.
Ну-ка, там должно быть подписано, что за подразделение.
Запаянный.
Ну-ка, что
Персональное зарядное устройство.
Was that like a book?
Это, скорее всего...
What is that?
Ага, здесь еще переносное зарядное устройство. Ну, толково придумано. Все удобно, с антенной. Вот он у меня в руках остается.
Подожди, давай, чтобы мы не раскидывали. Это с какого?
Это отсюда, с этого рюкзачка.
Значит, сюда.
Shit's in plastic bags.
Все должно быть в порядке. Нужно передать компетентным специалистам максимально полную.
Еще одна радиостанция. Да ничего себе.
Я думаю, что это на всего. О, не вот так. Давай тогда я там сразу.
Now they get into some clothing items.
Распаковка
There's the
богатая.
MREs, Russian MRE.
Сколько всяких важных предметов.
What do they steal here?
Ну что, пацаны, не зря съездили. Давайте на камеру покажем, что.
Ну, конечно.
О!
Рация R168.
И батареечки, главное, чего не хватало, нигде не хватало. Вообще жир. Просто жир.
Ничего себе, обеспечили полностью.
It
R168.
looks like a big radio, the radio antenna. Those things are the worst, dude, to set up the mobile radio.
Нигде не хватало. Вообще жир.
Oh my god, I hated that. I hated learning how to do that. And I hated admitting that. Every time after I learned how to build that tall ass antenna and I learned how to set it up properly, and I just pretended I didn't know how afterwards because I hated being the
Ничего себе,
one.
обеспечили полностью.
Shit is the worst.
R168 5UN1. Ну прекрасно.
and it's the antennas and couplers. That is the worst thing to set up. Like, I wanted to do it after. Like, once you learn how to do it, you don't want anybody that don't know what they're doing with it to touch it, because then they're gonna screw it up.
Мы вот и узнали, что это за воинская часть такая славная. Алейская мотострелковая бригада 41659 ВЧ. Превосходно.
There's some binoculars too on the ground, some binos. Helmets.
И еще одна рация. О, нет, это не рация. ПНСР.
Она ставится на штатив.
What is that?
Ага, вот она. Вот эта штука. Вот она.
Отлично.
Прикольно.
Hey, Adventure Set, $5 super chat. Thank you so much. I'll take a fat toke for you right now. 420 when you can, Andrew. Stay high, my friend. Thank you so much, Adventure Set. 420 friendly newscast. I cover some pretty no-shit situations and current events. So I got PTSD. 420 safety meetings help. Oh yeah, there is the rest of it. There it is. There's the rest of the yeah, that big it's a big antenna in that box, and the rest of it's in that tote bag, and it's like big poles. Yeah, there it is. It's big poles that you attach, and it's shit's tall as fuck, and you got to stand it up on its thing. And the stakes go in the ground. Oh, it's the worst. It's the worst. I don't know if I'd rather be put on an antenna detail and setting up the radio for the talk, or doing a Connex layout. I don't know what's worse.
R168 радиостанция, Арахис тут. И вот сколько комплектов автомобильной связи, вообще спецсвязи. В рюкзаках все распечатано, все зарядные устройства, все здесь. Все тангенты, антенны, полный комплект. Так, рабочая тетрадь. Командир 8-го мотострелковой роты, гвардии капитан, Фурдуй Дмитрий Евгеньевич. Ну, Дмитрий Евгеньевич, а воровали вы зачем вот эти вещи? Вот, видеокамеру, фотокамеру, вот этот вот динамик мобильный.
Интеллигент-любитель белой вещи, брюшки поносить, да?
Гражданскую одежду у вас здесь еще с собой, да? На всякий случай. На всякий случай.
Спецоперация по плану.
Ну да, вдруг по плану идет спецоперация, а ты без гражданской одежды. Как-то серьезно.
Так, парни, документы, если что, сюда. Энерджи.
Неудобно будет.
Codebooks.
Так, что тут у него?
Important names and locations. And notes, notebooks. Listen, this sounds so like something that somebody wouldn't have, but even this in the military, like even in the U.S. Army, my green book's in the other room, because I use it for certain note taking. But I had a green book that I carried with me that had some important information in it too. That if that just makes me think of that. Anybody else have their notebook with them in their pocket? I mean, if you're an NCO, if you're a sergeant, you got a damn notebook with you. If you're a team leader, platoon sergeant, or any leadership position, you got a notebook with you to take notes, especially in formation. You got to take notes. They're putting information out. You got to write it down. Radio frequencies, challenge password. You got to know your weapon serial numbers. You got to write that down in the book, or in your notes. All your guys is in your team or in your platoon's weapon serial numbers. All your all important information is in that shit. It sounds like that wouldn't be a thing, but it really is.
Lичный состав 63 человека. Так.
Blood types. That's another thing. Blood type. The last four. Social Security last four. It's coming back to me. Call signs. Thank you, Rick. Yeah, call signs.
Ну, отлично. Труба разведчика, оптический прибор.
Trench scope.
Хороший.
We need more unboxing videos.
Прицелы.
Ночные прицелы.
More Ukrainian unboxing videos, please.
А ну-ка покажи, открой прицел, достань его оттуда.
Oh, what's that?
Что это за модель? Неплохой, хороший
Sheesh,
прицельчик.
some high-powered scope. No idea. I haven't worked with that one, so no idea what that is. Definitely a high-powered scope,
Хороший
though.
прицельчик. Как там, марка есть?
Третьего поколения.
Прекрасно. Ну, отличный прицел. Что там
Money.
написано на нем? Есть маркировка?
Да, конечно.
Какая? Давай покажем. Ага, 1 ПМ 93-3 ПКМ. Великолепно.
Давай, вытаскивай.
Вот это да. Жирно.
Они вообще нульцевые.
Еще нульцевый прицел. Это второй прицел. 1 ПМ 93-3 ПКМ. Вообще в идеальном состоянии, новенький.
Главный спонсор наших вооруженных сил РФ. ВС.
Русские, вот специально буду на русском языке разговаривать. Приезжайте, сыкливые, сюда.
Successful haul, I'd
которые кидают
say.
свою
Wow.
технику, потому что нам ее очень не хватает, честно. Огромное спасибо вот тем, кто бросили и повысили нашу боездатность.
Wow.
Мы используем технику по назначению, нам ее не хватает, и мы будем качественно уничтожать русню. Слава Украине!
Героям слава!
Oh, well. I was hoping that was going to be another 20 minutes long. I could watch another 20 minutes of that. Ukrainian troops in Sieverodonetsk engaged in street fighting as part of the effort to hold the Russian advance. I came to get down. I came to get down. So get off your seat and jump around. Russian car gets destroyed from a landmine. Jump up, and get down.
Уже приехали? Нет. А теперь приехали?
Oh, that's when we saw it earlier. Direct hit there. Jay, thank you so much for the $3 super chat. Thank you so much. What happened to the Russian fighter brothers? I'm not sure what you mean there, Adventure Set. Trying to avoid some of the videos you've seen.
The invasion of Ukraine started off with maximalist objectives, attempting to...
Oh. Legendary Paul McCartney is waving Ukrainian flag at the end of his concert in Knoxville, Tennessee on May 31st. Oh, here's Paul McCartney waving Ukrainian flag. That means something to you.
Великі народи великої України.
Українці, українки. Наші захисники і
So here's from Zelensky. I don't want to do it.
Рівно 100 днів тому.
Okay, let's do this one. All right. So there are 3 words we have been fighting for 100 days already after 8 years. Peace, victory, Ukraine, June 3rd.
Тому всі ми прокинулись в іншій реальності. Рівно 100 днів тому прокинулись інші ми.
Exactly 100 days ago, different us woke up.
Коли
українців
будуть не промінь сонця, а вибухи ракет, які влучають в наші домівки, тоді прокидаються зовсім інші українці. У 2014 році Росія прийшла до нас з одним словом, з новим словом. І це слово «війна». 24 лютого Росія додала до цього слова ще одне, зробивши словосполучення – повномасштабна війна. І протягом 100 днів ми знаходили, чи отримували, бачили, чи хотіли стерти ще інші слова. Їх небагато, вони різні, але відображають, що ми пережили. Ми боремось. Мир, перемога, Україна. Слава Україні!
For 100 days. So I'm going to play an excerpt of Zelensky's speech today. We've seen... There we go. Here's
Лідер
another one.
фракції тут, голова Офісу Президента тут, прем'єр-міністр України Шмигаль тут.
Oh, this was to dispel the Russian propaganda and narrative that they had left.
Подоляк тут,
For some reason, they keep saying that they're leaving. I don't get it.
наша команда набагато більше.
It's beyond clear that Zelensky is there.
Тут. Найголовніше – наш народ.
He's got a
Народ
gray
наш.
beard. He's got white on his beard now. Notice that? He's got his beard and he's got
Держави
white in there
тут.
now.
Захищаємо Україну вже 100 днів. Перемога за нами. Слава Україні!
He definitely looks like he's aged. Definitely looks like he's aged. Look at day 1 versus 100. Look at the difference. I was just about to look for that. Look at this.
Всім добрий вечір.
Look at him. Wow. Lisa W, thank you so much. Oh my goodness, with a big $100 super chat bomb. Thank you for your commitment, Andrew. I've learned so much from watching this through your eyes. And wait, what? Offer needed relief. Thank you so much, Lisa. Oh my goodness.
Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу Президента тут, прем'єр-міністр Шмигаль тут, Подоляк тут, президент тут. Всі ми тут, наші військові тут, громадяни суспільства тут, всі ми тут. Захищаємо нашу незалежність, нашу державу. І так буде й далі. Слава нашим захисникам, слава нашим захисницям. Слава Україні!
Героям слава!
Лідер фракції тут, голова Офісу Президента тут, прем'єр-міністр України
Is it doing both side by side?
Подоляк тут, президент тут. Наша команда набагато більше. Збройні сили України тут. Найголовніше.
Alright, look at that. So we saw this. Just a back and forth. He definitely is aged in 100 days. My goodness. They've all gotten some gray. 100 days. Sieverodonetsk last night. So Sieverodonetsk on our map. Sieverodonetsk last night, subtitled.
Давайте, блядь. Дуэт, блядь.
Wow.
Дуэт минометки и новой техники. Дуэт вражеской минометки. И новой техники.
The Klitschenko brothers.
Блять, а как бы нам по нам не начали, блядь, прилетать? Да как бы по нам не начали сейчас прилетать? Они же все ближе.
I'll look that up. So, continuing on here, I'll look that up for you. Adventure, I'll look that up. Experts from American Institute for the Study of War believe that the leadership of the Russian Federation probably does not fully understand what to do with the territories of Ukraine that have been captured by Russian troops since the beginning of the war. We talk about that nearly every stream. They don't know what to do with the territories and the villages and cities that they are capturing. They aren't able to get full control over them.
There are hundreds of small farming.
So, warning, distressing content. So, villagers in Bodanivka detail their experiences of Russian torture. We'll come back to that one tomorrow. I don't want to, like, the stream's almost over, and I can't. That's gonna be in. We'll come back to this video tomorrow. Russian. I don't want to. We'll talk about that tomorrow with the war crime stuff. So. Alright, y'all. Hey, I think I'm going to call it a night. I got to wake up and manage a softball team in the morning. We have Snack Squad Softball Club. We play at noon tomorrow. During the daytime, I'm going to be streaming our games live if you're interested, and if you want to watch and support. If you've been tuned in every day, you're in the Snack Squad community already anyways. Might as well come over to the platforms that stream to the Snack Squad Snack Squad content. So anyways, I'll be live here on Snack Squad TV tomorrow on YouTube. If you guys want to tune into our softball games and see how we do. And I'll be live again tomorrow night covering the war in Ukraine as early as I can, likely at 7 p.m. tomorrow night. So it won't be a late stream for the war tomorrow night. It'll be earlier, about 7 o'clock Central. Right, 7 p.m. Central Time for my coverage every night, except for Fridays now, which I will do late night streams. Thank you, Lewis. Hey, Smith. Thank you, guys. Again, take a moment and like the video. Hit that like button. Make sure you're subscribed to the channel. You guys are an amazing audience. I love the Snack Squad audience. Thank you to everybody that sent super chats. Thank you to those that have become members. Thank you to everybody that tunes in every single night and have been supporting the stream for 100 days of coverage of the war in Ukraine. I've been your host, Andy Mercado. Have a wonderful evening. I will see you guys tomorrow night. Take care.